It is truly the entire country, not just the citizens, but also the government and the military that has been infected with this woke agenda. As you can see on the screen right here, a tweet from the U.S. Air Force saying June is hashtag Pride Month. The Department of Air Force proudly recognizes and celebrates generations of LGBTQI+. What does the I even stand for? I don't even know, man. Service members and their contributions to our Air Force and Space Force. So not only are the citizens completely infected by this BS, but like I said, also the government and the military. And you know it's really bad when it gets to the military, because all these other militaries out there, all these other countries out there, like let's just give a couple examples, Russia, China, but also some other ones too, who are simply only caring about conquering. They're only caring about taking over land, gaining territory, and defeating other countries like the United States, which would be their ultimate goal, obviously. You know, the ultimate goal for any country, anybody who wants to take over the entire world, you have to beat the final boss, which is the United States. And the United States is really tearing itself apart from the inside out by doing things like this, by having, you know, celebrating Pride Month within their military. And also, not only, this isn't just the fact that they posted a pride flag and a service member saluting the, like Benny Johnson says right here, the alphabet cult flag. It isn't just about that. It's the fact that the United States military is so infected by this agenda that not only are they posting pride flags on their social media platforms, but they're also letting people into the military for simply being these things, for simply being gay or being certain colors or being certain genders that don't even actually exist in real life. Or, you know, even if they do exist, for just being women and being able to do a quarter of the pull-ups that the men can do, but because they have certain genitals, they're allowed into the military, which dilutes the actual effectiveness and the quality of the military of the United States of America. While, like I said earlier, the countries out there like China and Russia and the other ones who are looking to conquer the United States and the rest of the world are not letting people in their military who can't do the appropriate amount of pull-ups or have the appropriate IQ, pass the test, whatever the case may be. Whereas the United States are not only posting pride flags on their social media when it comes to their military, but they're also saluting the pride flag, which, as Benny Johnson makes very clear here, it is illegal for a uniformed officer member to salute anything but the American flag. And the United States Air Force Twitter account posted this. So we're really falling behind these other countries who are only caring about bettering their military, bettering their country, and making their countries superpowers. We're also, you know, getting involved, very, very involved, wrongfully, in my opinion, in the Ukraine versus Russia war, and also diluting our own military on purpose. It's not even somebody defeating us, it's simply us defeating ourselves. So let's go through some of these comments. By the way, they also limited who can reply to this tweet, which is a sign that they're probably going to end up deleting this one. I'm sure that, you know, a lot of people have already told them to delete this one because for many different reasons, not just the fact that there's a pride flag on the post, that they're celebrating Pride Month, but also that a uniformed officer or a service member is saluting the pride flag there, which, as Benny Johnson said here, again, is illegal. So here's the full statement from Benny Johnson. Why is a service member saluting the alphabet cult flag? It's illegal for a uniformed service member to salute anything but the American flag. This cult is actively disgracing our military and replacing the American flag like we are a conquered people. This must stop. Well, that is the plan, Benny. That is the plan, to become a conquered people. I truly think that they just have some agents, like those countries that I listed earlier, probably just have some agents within the United States. Not probably, they definitely do have some agents within the United States that are paid off to tear us apart from the inside out. And that's exactly what's happening, man. That's exactly what's happening. It's not just about diluting the military and the government and the entire country. It's also so many other things that they're doing as well. Libs of TikTok says, what an embarrassment. Don't worry, they will take it down tomorrow. Well, they haven't quite taken it down yet, but I think they eventually will. Valiant Renegade, shout out to you. You said, you salute the American flag and nothing else. The hell is wrong with the Air Force? And this is another reason why I'm not putting my children in public school. If I ever end up having children, I'm absolutely terrified to do so because of what can happen to them if, you know, not only just in the schools, but also just on the internet and just existing in the society that we exist in today. But I would never put my children in a public school because I've seen tons and tons of videos of them saying the Pledge of Allegiance to pride flags and other sorts of flags that aren't the American flag. And that type of stuff should be reserved for solely the American flag if you're an American citizen. Like, that's just how it should be. That's how it's always been. And that's just not how it is anymore. It's just not how it is. You shouldn't you should avoid public school. You should avoid any kind of school that isn't homeschooling at all costs if you possibly can. This person says, as a retired Air Force officer, I am humiliated by the state of the service. No credible American and no actual airman would salute anything but the American flag. Celebrating a military member saluting a pride flag is not just embarrassing, it is traitorous. The current senior leadership are no more than a group of Aldrich Ames clones with a few Harvey Milks Ed Bucks mixed in. Everyone involved in putting this messaging out should have their clearance revoked and face Article 15 procedures. You have all failed in your responsibility and your oath to the United States Constitution. Ridiculous and embarrassing. And I couldn't agree more, man. It is definitely very ridiculous and embarrassing. And at some point, this does like become, treasonous. like really, like the stuff that the United States president is doing with, like I mentioned earlier, the Ukraine and Russia war, and a lot of other things as well. Like I look at the news sometimes and I'm just like, how is this not considered treason? Like, how is this not purposefully sabotaging our country? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I just thought it was very important to bring things like this to everyone's attention. The fact that the United States Air Force is posting things like this. Like I said, it's not even just about the fact that they posted a pride flag. It's also the fact that there's a service member saluting the pride flag. And also, just the fact how our military is being so diluted. I guess it is kind of like a sign that we've been in such good times recently that it doesn't really matter if we have a strong military. The only thing that matters to everybody is the representation, is the inclusion, and all that other BS, all the other woke agenda, all the other woke propaganda that everybody's pushing. It doesn't even matter if we have a strong military. It only matters to countries who have been going through tough times, like China, like Russia, like the other ones who are looking to take over. It only matters to people like them who actually have something to work towards. When you've been at the top for this long, like I said, the United States is the final boss. And when you've been at the top for this long, there's not really that hunger. There's not really that itch to conquer anymore. It's not really that, you don't really have to make your military that strong. You can dilute it in the name of a representation and inclusion and the woke propaganda, because it doesn't really matter much anymore. You're not really looking to conquer anymore. You're just looking to continue to make money off these other poorer countries. And for whatever reason, like I said, we're sold out, and because people have sold out to China, to Russia, and to these other countries, and they have agents within the United States government, within the United States military, and then you have the actual people who are supposed to be leaders who aren't actually sold out. They're just simply chilling because, like I said, we're in such good times right now that they can't afford to chill, and these other countries can't. But let me know what you guys think, though, about the United States Air Force posting this right here and limiting the replies. Maybe by the time I post this video, they might have even actually taken the entire thing down. That's another reason why I wanted to make this video, just in case it does go away, so that people don't forget that this actually did happen. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments about this whole situation.